In this video, let us discuss about data quality attributes. So whether you are a data analyst or you are a data engineer or data scientist, so the data quality is very important, and whenever you put any data engineering pipelines or machine learning models, so you have to consistently, there will be need definitely for the measuring the data quality and how exactly your data is being performing with respect to the data quality attributes. So that has to be continuously monitored, and the corrective actions has to be taken if they are going beyond the expected threshold. So that's been very important. And so when we say data quality, so what exactly there are different parameters, right? So what exactly those parameters are, and how exactly we will understand so those and we will in detail we will understand each data quality attribute in this video. And that is the expectation from this video, that you understand what exactly the different parameters or attributes that you have to consider. So when you are performing a data quality analysis, or you are preparing a data quality dashboard or a report, right? So before proceeding, if you are new to the channel and haven't subscribed for this channel, we would recommend you to please subscribe and also press bell button for instant notifications. So let's get started. So as you can see, the basic data quality attributes, I think you can add a couple of more attributes, but when you talk about basic data quality attributes that is must have in your data analysis as part of the data quality is there is a completeness. First one is data completeness, as you can see, and the second one is data uniqueness, and third one is consistency, and fourth one is accuracy, fifth is auditability, and sixth orderliness, and then the last one is timeliness. So basically we will understand one by one what exactly these means, so that when you are performing a data quality checks or data quality rules, based on these parameters you can write a data quality rules. The rules might be any programming language you can use for writing a data quality rules, or you can use data quality tools. Basically those provides, if you set these parameters, it will give you the percentage or ratio based on the key performance indicator. That is these are the key performance, for each of one of these you can set a KPIs basically. So these are the data quality attributes, and let us jump in and understand in detail what exactly each one of these means. The first one definitely is data completeness. So what is data completeness? Suppose you take any database table, right? It might be an employee table, customer table, or any table, right? All the elements or attributes which are supposed to be present, right, are to be found in a storage or a table. For example, if you have a employee table and there is a age column or age attribute, for all the employees in the employee table, you should be having age attribute field. Okay, it will not be a blank, or it will not be null, right? So that means your data is complete. For all the employees, you have captured the age. So similarly, you can imagine, or you can think of any other use cases here. Suppose the date of birth of a customer, right? So you have captured date of birth for each and every customer. So that is a complete data, what we can call, right? So what are the KPIs what you can measure? So whenever you're writing a data quality rules, what exactly you can write is the number of records for which the values is missing. Suppose consider age value, right? So for employee table, so if there are 1 million employees, and out of 1 million, so few percentage of employees might be missing the age in their database, right? In that case, what exactly the number of records are missing? So you can consider the number of records, or you can consider the percentage as a key performance indicator. Moving on to the next, which is uniqueness. What exactly the uniqueness? As the name suggests, the data should be unique, right? So yeah, it is very easy to say the data should be unique, but what exactly it means? Suppose you can consider an employee ID, right? So each and every employee should have a unique employee name, or a unique employee ID for that matter, right? And this is just a simple example, so it can be a different so this is just a primary key kind of thing, right, where you define a primary key, and there will be uniqueness maintained with respect to one column. Similarly, you can use a composite primary key. Suppose a combination of two or more columns can be unique. Suppose a combination of name and date of birth can be unique. So just an example, right? So basically uniqueness is nothing but the data should be unique, or the data should not be duplicated for one or more columns that is already defined, right? So that exactly means the uniqueness. Suppose the employee name and employee date of birth, and also consider the age, right? All this, if you consider 3 or 4 columns, definitely the data should be unique, right? So that exactly what we call it as a uniqueness. So you can use a key performance indicator here as a number of columns that are duplicated, right? If there are more number of columns duplicated, then definitely your data quality is not good. So moving on, we talk about consistency. So consistency is nothing but there should be no contradiction in your data in any place of data storage or database. For example, customer Sarah is there, right? So Sarah has purchased a history of 3 times in a week, in a month, right? As per the customer table, but as per the purchase history table also, she has the same 3 times purchase history. Basically, these are different tables, customer table and purchase table, but still the fact is same. That means it is very consistent. The data is consistent across. Might be a different tables or might be a different systems for that matter, right? If you are using there is a database, there is a CRM, there is a ERP tool. So in all the systems, the story should be same. The data should be same. The story behind the data should exactly be the same. So that is what we call it as a consistent data, right? And what is a key performance indicator here? The number of rows having inconsistency. That means out of 1,000 rows, how many rows are different in different system but not matching with the other system, right? In that case, it might be system or it might be table. So if it is not matching, so that we will consider as a inconsistent data. Might be there is a delay in updating, or might be there is not a system, a proper system to kind of update the data when it is updated in one system. So this might be considered as the data quality issue. The next one, let us see about the accuracy. So accuracy, again, as the name suggests, the data which is available, right, it should give the proper information, right, which will be equivalent or which will correspond to the reality. What exactly that means, right? So your employee table or a customer table, right, says the name is so and so and the last name is so and so and the age is so and so, right, in the database. However, when you match with the CRM system, right, customer relationship management system, so there in that system also the name, last name and age matches, right? In that case, it exactly means the data is accurate. And what is the key performance indicator here? The ratio of correct data versus the mismatched data can be considered as one of the KPI you can use for accuracy. And auditability. So this is again one of the important concept when you are designing a system which definitely you want to kind of make it auditable, right? What that exactly means is any organization will definitely have a necessity to have the data auditable. So why they want it to be auditable is there might be certain rules and regulations or the process, so that they want to keep the backup or keep the versions of the data so that they can go back in time and see what exactly happened on the particular day and particular record, right? And it might be just for a auditability or maintainability perspective, or it might be some data triage issues. They want to go back and check what was the data and what exactly happened, and so that they can fix that data issue. So because of those reasons, auditability is quite important. And when you talk about auditability, data and its versions are available to be tracked or traced back as needed. That means a table, customer table or employee table is there. It keeps on updating, right? It is not a static table, definitely. So whenever there are updates happening on a particular row, so there will be old values and then there will be new values. So the old values should also be maintained as a metadata, so that if someone tomorrow wants to go and see what exactly happened on that particular day, a value X has been changed to value Y, and when it has changed and who has changed it. So that entire story can be built if you have that auditability maintained. And giving example, customer John birth date is changed from so and so to so and so on this particular date. So this has to be tracked in a metadata table or metadata storage as a version, different version or a metadata. So that in that case we will call the data is properly auditable. So what exactly KPI we can think of? The percentage of row which doesn't have the metadata information, so it is not auditable. So that percentage we can consider as a KPI for this. And the next one is orderliness. What exactly that means is that data has to be maintained in a required format and structure. So the best example is the timestamp, right, or the date time. For example, the birth date of all the employees should be maintained in certain format like DDMM, YYYY. So it should not be like in one system it is MMDDYYYY, in another system it is DDMMYYYY. In the third system it is might be YYYYMMDD. So that should not be happen. So that means the data is not in a proper orderliness. That's what we can call across, right, in different systems and different tables. So yeah, the data is best example. And also you can consider something called as like if there is a float data type or decimal data type, or there is an amount or rate column, right? So in that case, if you are maintaining that as a two decimal round off, after decimal there is a two digit round off that you are doing. So the same two-digit round off has to be maintained across all the systems or all the tables, so that the data is in what we call it as a orderliness. And the KPI for this is the ratio of data of inappropriate format. Okay. And the next one is nothing but timeliness. So timeliness, the data should be available. Okay, the data available should actually in the current reality should represent the current reality, right? So that means whatever data you see in the system today or at a particular given time, it should actually depict the reality, right? So basically what exactly happens, right? There will be different lot of systems that is updating the data in one table, and that has to be synced with other table, and there is some time complexities or time gap or some networking delays happening, and there might be some intermediate failures happening, right? So many issues can happen, and because of these reasons the data availability, right, in one system or the other system might not get refreshed, or might not get synced, right, or might not get updated in real time. It might get updated in say 1 hour, 2 hours, that doesn't matter, but again it is a risk that you want to take. What happens if the data is not getting updated in a 1 hour or 2 hour, or is it okay to take that risk? Basically, how much time you can wait to get the data updated. So that is what we call it the timeliness, right? Suppose customer Raj address PIN was changed in CRM system, and it reflects in all the reports in next 10 minutes. So basically in next 10 minutes what we are defining, so this is a business requirement. So suppose if the data is not refreshed within 10 minutes in all the reports, so whenever it's updated in CRM, so then we call it as a data quality mismatch with respect to timeliness. So it doesn't matter if it gets updated in 1 hour or 2 hour, but if it is not within the defined threshold period, that is 10 minutes as per the business requirement, so then definitely it is a data quality issue. So then the next one is a KPI. How do we deal with this? How do you measure this? Is the number of records which are delayed as per the expectation. So expectation in our case was 10 minutes. Finally, hope you understood there are different parameters: accuracy, completeness, consistency, integrity, timeliness, uniqueness, validity. So basically, there are other data quality attributes you can think of, but these are the very basic and must have data quality checks if you are a good data engineer, or if you are a data analyst, or a machine learning or data scientist. So you will definitely come across such data quality issues, and the performance you have to basically measure this data quality performance using some dashboard or some report for that matter. Usually it will be in data quality dashboards. As you can see, this is a sample dashboard, so where you can depict what is the overall data quality that you are having in your system. And we are not expecting to have 100% data quality in any given time, but so it is very important to measure this, so that you are aware of what exactly your system is having data quality issues, and how your downstream also get affected. So this is quite important to understand your data. And hope this was useful, and thanks for watching.